Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast. This is episode number 709. 709 consecutive days of blogging and podcasting. Amazing thing. I spoke about it enough, so let's get into the journal or the back journal update about yesterday. Monday, because Monday was yesterday, it was a pretty interesting day because it was focused mainly on syncing up with the rest of the people that I had on the map to make sure that I hand over as much stuff as I can. For those of you that's first time here, I am currently leaving my corporate job that I spent over a decade in, 10 and a half years roughly. So enough chunk of life to consider it significant, and a lot of things happened during those 10 years. It started within the company as a slightly advanced technical job, but over years I shifted between operational roles and ended up in security and compliance, which I am leaving at the moment. And it was quite a journey. A lot of people that I've met were and are going to stay good colleagues for life. I only leave the company, not people. And that's the great part of this process. It's not as difficult as it might sound, even though I never met a person that was really difficult for me. I'm not sure if it's the way that I was lucky to meet people that were always bearable or manageable and with no difficulty, or did I grow as much during those years that even though I might have met people that were for many others difficult, I had the skills developed over years that turned into that unconscious competence where you deal with people regardless what type or character or attitude they have, in a way that they don't cause you any problems, and you are also bearable for them, even though they would probably want to cause you harm. Well, not harm, but hassle. I hope there was no one that wanted to cause me harm. But yeah, I learned over time that, even what we think that people are Karens or Kevins or whoever you call them, that they're difficult ones, there's usually a reason for that, and it's just that we are not synchronizing very well with what they believe in, and they might have also a bad day or something happened in their life, and that's why they behave this way, or they have just traumas that they carry on through life, and nobody's there to guide them elsewhere than that dark, miserable way of just being difficult to others. So they're still just people like you and me, and that's how I approach things. And every new relation with other person is for me very clear. We don't know each other, there's no trust built in between us, so there is always a bit of work that's needed from both ends to make it work. And very often you can do most of the work and it's not that difficult, then the other person starts cooperating with you naturally. So yeah, I diverged a bit, but that's my story with the company that I'm leaving, which is Akamai. What's next? That's a big question mark. I am having a couple of ideas in parallel. We started that just recently, that mobile sauna business that is going fairly well. Not enough to satisfy or even out what I did or what I earned in a corporate job, but again, it's just 2 months in, so I am definitely earning in those 2 months way more than any other job, including my first 2 months in this company. So it's already a big win if you look properly. Oh Jesus, I missed the actual turn. So Monday was pretty much focused on this particular thing. There was not much other stuff except for the evening deploy of the sauna. And when we deployed the sauna, it was very quiet. The weather was nice. It's warmer. We have a nice front of warm air coming in, so it's not a bad weather. But yeah, it's still very quiet. So we had no bookings, and we got to a stage that we decided to use the sauna for ourselves. Julian stayed in the car because he didn't want to go to the sauna. He had a couple of things that he wanted to do, so we decided to go just ourselves, Elizabeth and myself. I first went to the ocean. Atlantic water was pretty cold, to be honest, but not unbearable. It was very nice, refreshing. And then we went to sauna, and by pure accident I heated it up to probably 95 degrees, which is even for us extremely hot. Forget the customers, so I left it as is and waited for it to cool down naturally. And eventually we got walking couple that wanted to use the sauna, lovely people. They just managed to get on time for the sunset, and it was a pleasant time for them. At least that's what they said. It was probably about 85 degrees as they went in, so decent temperature for a regular person to enjoy the sauna and a bit of swim in the ocean, or at least a dip in the ocean. So that was pretty much it. Not much else happened. Today was my last day, but about it I will be updating you tomorrow. Apologies for that shaking, but I'm trying to visit my lovely spot and see if mushrooms started popping out. I'm not sure why the season is delayed so much, but I'm gonna check. I see a couple of different species, and I will report on that tomorrow if I find anything. I always appreciate your time spending on watching me or reading the blog or whatever way you consume the content. So thank you very much for being here. Have a great rest of the day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on this beautiful globe. Stay tuned and see you tomorrow.